this character. In this project, one other thing that's notable is the treatment of the pictures. As you may have noticed, the way they download is very strange. That was meant to make download time interesting for people who are watching it. So you get pieces of the story, pieces of the pictures before you get the complete frame, rather than waiting for a whole picture to download.
Hold on a second. Okay, this one will scroll up and down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, why don't you do that? And go back the other way.
Now, I need to go back to the bottom.
Okay, yeah, go
in the bottom, you notice here that there is an icon. This icon enables you to jump to another part of the story. Hence the possibility now to start navigating on linearly. So when you click on that button, what happens is you load a map of the story. There's a red dot that appears that enables a red circle that appears that will enable you to locate yourself.
Actually,
there it is.
Where?
And if you click on there,
let me just shoot some of this.
uh-oh, that was too fast. I can go backwards, it's okay.
Yeah, let me just shoot some of this stuff.
There's also a color version, because here you're at the intersection of these 2 points in the story. Now, if you want to go there, for instance, just like completely go there, you have to. The problem is that it's all automatic, so.
Let me just hold it there for a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
So, if I'm going back to the map again. So the map shows you where you are. Now, assuming that you want to go there, for instance, what you're going to do is click on this and load the same map, but this time, as you may notice, the pictures are in color. This means that all the pictures are active all of a sudden, which enable you to say, let's say you want to know more about this character, and you can jump right into her story. So you could use the map as a navigation instrument and go from one image to the next rather than trying to follow a thread, or you can follow a thread linearly, or you can proceed through frames as they intersect between each other. Did you manage to catch the way the image loaded or not?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, great.
Okay.
So then we looked at So ready for the hard way?
Yep.
So the hard way is a project by a painter called Matthew Ritchie. The idea was sort of take his cue from the game and the way you could involve you could involve visitors in the building of a fiction thread. In the hard way, you have 7 characters, and as you proceed through the project, you can learn about characters. visit the map that sort of like maps out the whole story, all the elements of the story, and then eventually choose to participate by taking an avatar, which will be one of these 7 characters. If you go to avatars, you'll ask if you have one, and if you don't have one, uh-oh. If you don't have one, you get sent to a quiz so that you can figure out what your personality is going to be. So as you go through the quiz, so here you choose your color. Should I go through the whole thing?
Nah, just...
once you've answered a number of questions, you are assigned one of the 7 characters' personality, and then you can join the BBS, sort of engage in a discussion with other people, and basically participate in the making of a story.
Okay, and so...
The other one I show you was actually the first project AdoWeb produced with Jenny Holzer called Please Change Beliefs, which has been on the homepage ever since the beginning of the site. Similar truisms or aphorisms, as you may want to call them, were to be found when the project was launched on various numbers of different sites disseminated all around the web. So basically, the visitor would of another website would click on one of those and would fall right into there with absolutely no information of where she or he was, and just being exposed to this project, not knowing whether it was art, not knowing what it was really, which is basically the whole idea that the artist has been using in her work with other media, inserting it in the landscape of the street, of the airport, of the city, etc., etc. Now that's one aspect of the project. You can either stay there and it's going to be reloaded automatically. The speed of the reload is going to depend upon how many people are watching it at the same time. And you can also click on it and get a whole series of different types of works that the artist has created as posters or as LED screens or all kinds of other forms. Now, there's another section in the project in which you can go where you select a truism, any one of the 49 truisms that the artist has selected for this project. Select one and replace it. This is sort of stemming out of this idea that the artist had that people are interested to sort of manipulate things when they find them. In other words, when she put posters in the street, people came with pens and modified these truisms that were printed. So she wanted to sort of treat the web space as public space, and hence offer the visitors to change it, to change the truisms like they would do if they were in the street. Do you want me to go through it?
Let me see. I'm about to run out of tape, and I don't need to shoot it after that. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna try to read some of these.
And then it's kind of ironic.
What happens when you click? You can change. What happens when you replace one?
Well, let's say we change one. Boredom make you do crazy things. And let's say, for instance, I decide that no, boredom doesn't make me do crazy things, it makes me do boring things. And then I add it. And I get to see the submissions of others, classified alphabetically. To date is about 7,000 submissions.
Okay.
So these are the most recent ones. And then you've got all these archives here, each of them containing about 2,000.